Here's a spoiler for this video. Want to improve your technique in forehand flick? Just take your racket and grip it a bit more tighter as you normally would. Just make sure that when you contact your ball, it's in that certain grip, and that will create much more speed and spin to your shot. And that's it. Hi player, welcome to Dublin Table Tennis. I'm your coach Eddie Zayla, and today, as promised in the previous video, I said that if you get 100 likes, I'm gonna do the advanced version. And here we go. The advanced version on how to do a forehand flick. Well done on smashing the like button. And yeah, let's just get right to it. Now, I know you probably know this information, but I'm still gonna say it. I'm right-handed, left foot forward, right back. If it was left-handed, the opposite side. Right forward, left back. So, I'm at my table, in my position, stay low to it. Try and make your eyes match with the level of the white part of the net or the top of the net, and stay low, nice and bent. That way you can read and respond to the ball to your best abilities.
Make sure you're on your toes, heels up, that way you're agile, quick, easy to move in, easy to move out, and be ready for the next shot.
As you're approaching the ball in the forehand flick area, you put your right foot forwards, and as you're doing that, you can see my shoulders are swinging out a bit, because you know the swing, the hip part, is the power. And as I'm doing that, my arm is again in that 165-degree angle. I know we're not robots, but it's a little bit bent, with my shoulders facing now more the camera rather than the person, to create that power and the momentum. Before I show you how to make contact, let's talk about the grip. I know you know how to hold the racket, but let's focus on the strength of your fingers. When you grab it with these three fingers, make sure it's nice and tight, okay? Almost you're forcing it down. That way when you move when you take the racket in your hand and try to move it, it doesn't move when you don't have the thumb and the index finger on it. When you put the thumb on it, it just sits nice and comfortably. You don't try to force down the rubber as much, just hold it nice and firm to it. The index finger, however, sits a bit more tighter than you usually want to, but you don't want to push into the rubber. You're doing that so the index finger doesn't move, so your shot power, stability is always consistent in your technique. So as you're approaching for the contact, you're gonna make a distance between you and the racket. So when you move forward, you can create the power, the momentum of the ball. Your wrist is broken in that L shape, with the tip of the racket more tilting down, like that. As you're approaching, simultaneously, your elbow will start bending to normal, to that follow-through position. And at the same time, your hips will rotate as well, trying to create that power, speed, and spin into those three aspects. The wrist broken, the elbow bending in, and the hip going back to where you started in the ready position. Now the connectivity of the ball with the racket. If the ball is higher than you expected it to bounce, might from a missed serve, a missed chop, substitute the spin and approach with power. Make the contact flat to it in the middle and just follow through, and that will create a lot more speed and spin. That's fine if you believe the ball is higher than you want it to be. If the ball is lower, or kind of where you usually counter spin it, don't substitute the spin. Use the spin, use the wrist action with the connectivity, top part, rolling the ball, and with a nice sharp wrist and follow through with the elbow, you're gonna counter spin it, counter attack it, and position it very well on the table so the opponent cannot hit you back. So when you make your contact, your follow through stays the same. You brush it up between your eyes, soldier effect, and then you have rotated, you have to rotate back simultaneously in that one smooth motion. You might rotate a lot, you might not, that's okay. Just have that in your mindset when you approach a shot with the follow through to rotate back. So when you spring out, you'll be center of the gravity and you'll be ready for your next shot.
Make sure you remember your key components. Have your foot on the table, grip your racket nice and firm, use your wrist for extra spin, rotate to the shot, and sharp follow through up in the soldier position. And when you rotate back, you'll be ready for your next shot.
So yeah, that's your advanced forehand flick. Make sure that you break your wrist going down, have it nice and tight in your hand, not too tight, but nice and firm. You rotate it out, you follow through, and you rotate back. All in smooth motion, all those 4 aspects brought into the technique. If you have any suggestions for future videos, leave them comment below, leave your thoughts, opinions. I respond to everything. Subscribe to the video. And yeah, that's it for me. Just play, have fun, and enjoy the game.